Hey folks, Rich here with FMS Models. Today I have one of the most unique models in the 1500 millimeter glider category from FMS, and this is the LET 13 Balonic. This is actually a replica of one of the most widely used aluminum aerobatic training gliders in the world. It's a Czechoslovakian design actually, and FMS has really reproduced it in this really cool forward swept wing and aluminum finish design that really is just sort of a standout at the field. It's really different than most of the other gliders you see. It's very unique looking. The original glider was non-powered. It was towed up and used for aerobatic training and so forth. This version from FMS obviously has a folding propeller, so no need to tow it or launch it on a bungee or anything. It just, you can take it up there on its own and glide it around. Now, just to give you a quick overview of the entire thing, it's all EPO foam. There's actually an aluminum and steel spar design running through this, so it's definitely plenty strong. Up front to power this thing, it's a 1700 kV brushless outrunner, again with this folding prop. Only a 20 amp speed controller to get this thing up there. But again, you use power to get this thing up there. The prop expands, and then when you pull the throttle back, the prop folds back, and you just glide it around. You use the power when you need it to go back up and glide around. If you have thermals, it'll keep the glider up there really as long as the thermals and the wind will let you. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you inside this the cockpit. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. It's just a simple tongue and groove design, guys, with a rare earth magnet there in the back, and you can see up front motors here, speed controllers underneath, receiver fits here really nicely. It's only a 4-channel airplane. And your battery here. This isn't a stock setup. In fact, the entire flight demo and everything you've seen that you're about to see and what you saw in the trailer, it's all being flown with this stock setup with the 2-cell 1300 millimeter 20C FMS battery, guys. So you really, that's all the power you need to get this thing around. We even had smoke bombs on the wings, cameras on the wings, and actually this plane carried it fine. It's not a super powerful airplane. It's not really meant for that. It's really just meant, the motor's just intended to get you up there, let you fly it around, and then glide it around and do some aerobatics and things with it. I'll go ahead and put the canopy back on here, guys. You can see it just kind of snaps in. Ron's going to zoom out here, guys. I'm going to flip this thing upside down and show you some of the features underneath this thing. Obviously, it's a hand-launched belly-land airplane. There's a wheel in the center, and a tail skid, and really nice wingtip skids to land on as well. In fact, I'm going to have Ron zoom in here on the wingtip here, and you can kind of see the wingtip right here. It's a real nice kind of Lexan painted wingtip skid. And the ailerons, one thing I wanted to note there was they put, it's a nice long thin aileron, they put a carbon spar running through there to keep the aileron rigid as it flies. Now focusing back here in the center, guys, ample cooling here. There's a nice cooling hole coming through the front and an exit out here to keep the motor and speed controller and battery nice and cool. Overall, guys, this is just a fantastic looking airplane. I just can't get over the looks of this thing, and it flies nicely. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing out to the field, and I'll give you a flight demo of the LET 13 from FMS. All right, guys, just a gentle toss into the air, and the LET 13 goes right up there, as you can see. It really is a nice flying airplane. I'll pull it back to idle, and I'll glide it around here. Just a nice, smooth flying airplane. And we got a little wind here, so we're getting a little bit of lift here, guys. When you need power, just add power in. It'll climb right on up there. All right, now this plane's a little more aerobatic than the others because of the forward swept wing, so you can really roll it around. It does really nice loops. I'll bring it around here for a loop. Here we go. Right around. You can see how tight of a loop it will actually do. But you can just pull that power back whenever you want and just glide this thing around. It's really, really nice. Nice and smooth. So, I mean, anybody who's an intermediate to advanced glider flyer will really like this LET 13. Bring it to idle again here. All right. Right down the runway here. and the wind will really keep it up there. But just a real nice airplane to fly around, folks. Now for those who like to do aerobatics with it, it will fly inverted. I'll roll it around here. Not something you normally see a glider do, but with power it'll do inverted quite nicely. Just a fun plane to fly. Power's off now, gliding again. Nice and smooth. All right, I'll bring it down the center line of the runway here. Just very gracefully flying here. Give it a little power. If you ever think it's going to go down, just add a little power and it'll go right around. Bring it down here into the valley, down low. Just a fun to fly airplane. Adding power here again. Power's off. Bring it right by the camera here. Just awesome. Just a fun to fly plane. See if I can get it on the runway here for a touch and go for you guys. You can land it on cement. There we go. Add some power and go around. Just a real versatile airplane. Really aerobatic. Bring the power back to idle here again and glide it around. Another touch and go on the runway. Just simply an awesome plane, guys. The Let 13 Blonic. Bring it by the camera here again. I'll bring it under power here so Steve can kind of film it going by. That metallic finish is just awesome. Do some turns out front with some power. Just an awesome plane. Do some turns the other way. Just a fun, relaxing plane to fly. Power it off and let it glide. When you need the power, just add it and just go around. I'm using that headwind there to glide it a little bit here. Add some power here. All right, we'll do one more pass by and bring it on in. Now, a couple things to note when you do a touch and go, especially on the cement. You do want to make sure that you get the airplane in the air before you add power, because that prop will expand and it will hit the pavement. So just like I'm going to show you here, hopefully, you just sort of touch down, get it in the air, then add your power and go right around. It does it quite well. It stores energy pretty darn good. All right. All right, we'll go ahead and bring it in for a landing right here on the pavement, right out front. See if we can give you a smooth landing. Got to really plan your approach with this, because this thing will glide and glide and glide. There we go. Beautiful landing with the Let 13. All right, guys, that pretty much concludes this video on the Let 13 Blonic from FMS. As you see from the flight demo, it's a really nice flying airplane. The motor and the 20 amp speed controller in this thing with the 2-cell battery are more than enough to get this thing up in the air, even with the smoke bombs and the cameras and all that stuff that we put on it that you saw in the intro and the trailer. It's just a nice flying airplane. Probably this is more suited for somebody who's maybe intermediate to advanced that likes a relatively high performance glider. It just has such a stellar look. The forward swept wing really makes it roll well, and it's just a really nice smooth flyer. Just has a great classic look, and it's so different looking in this aluminum finish. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out this video. Thanks for watching FMS models, and as always, we'll see you next time.